The sights and sounds of hockey, the skates on the ice, the banging on the boards. They're back by popular demand, and the boys better be in shape because the NHL plans to drop the puck in exactly 1 week.
Huge lines to get into the Mesa Gun Show today.
You mean this gun show? Oh, happy belated birthday, by the way.
You,
the big five. You mean, you don't look 50. Do you feel 50? You look good. Not that there's anything wrong with 50.
Oh, well, there's something wrong with 50. I mean, I'm closer to death.
Yeah, obviously somebody that's done something that you're interested in doing, that doesn't mean you have to do exactly what they did, but that's all part of having an internship or being a mentee is all about, is to find out, hey, is this for me? But if you want to be a reporter, find somebody that has been a reporter for a long time, that's been down the road you hope to go down one day, because that will really help you, because the experienced person will say, hey, look, this is what I did when I was your age, and I wish I would have done it this way, or this is another way you can go about doing it, and just find out how they became successful in their craft, and then take a little bit of that and make it your own.
It's important to know what a mentor is and what a mentor is not. So first of all, let's talk about what a mentor is not. It is not passive. This is not just get together and play nice patty cake and have the casual conversation. So if you're really into a mentoring relationship, it is not passive. It is not infrequent. This isn't a once a year Christmas party get together, and it's also not. You can't call a person a reference when the only time you talk with them is when you need a reference for the next job. That is not a mentor. What is a mentor is active. It's almost apprentice-like. You're sitting at someone's feet, you're learning from their background, their skills, their expertise, and that is, clearly, how you learn. It is not sitting back and letting them spoon feed you. Is you have to be active in the engagement. You have to be active in the conversation. So how do you find a mentor? Well, first off, you need to define your own criteria. In this case, I'm going to share with you what I think my criteria is. Your criteria may be something completely different, and it's worth the time for you to think about, what is the criteria that you want to apply when you look at individuals who you may ask to get engaged with on a mentoring relationship. So the criteria that I'm using is one, someone I trust. You're going to share things with this individual that you clearly are not going to want spread around, passed around, known in the industry, because you're going to be admitting your own fallacies, your own fears, your own holes in your skill sets. So you need somebody that you can trust implicitly. Two is you need someone you respect. Somebody that's at the same level of you. That's really not a mentoring relationship. That's more of a partnering kind of a relationship. You need somebody who's had success in their career, success in a certain part of their life that you respect and that you think would be a good match for what it is you're trying to achieve. So you need to have someone you respect. Again, you need to have someone whose career you yearn for. You need to have dreams. You need to have a dream of where you're going. And you need to find somebody whose career is along the path that kind of helps you connect the dots for you to achieve your dream. And then lastly, for me, from a criteria is looking for someone whose knowledge or expertise that fills a gap. I have a dream, I have an objective, I have a long-term goal that I want to achieve, and I'm constantly finding mentors who I can work with that helps fill my gaps, gives me the education, shares with me their experiences, so that I can avoid the potholes, but that their skill and expertise fills a gap that I have that's ultimately going to allow me to achieve my long-term vision.
Accountability. I really do think that's very important. You know, when I tell a mentee, hey, let's meet for lunch at 1 o'clock at this place, you know, I expect them to be there. I expect them to be there on time. I expect them to look presentable. I expect them to be prepared for whatever we were going to talk about that day. So I think accountability is the most important thing on both ends. At the same time, if I tell them I'm going to be there at this time, you know, and I'm going to take time out of my busy day, I better make sure I'm going to be there because I know that student has other things they need to be doing as well. I think you need to have communication, constant communication. You know, I think sometimes both the mentee and the mentor get caught up in life. You know, life gets in the way. I get busy with work, they get busy with school, but it only takes a couple seconds to send a text that says, hey, how you doing? Thinking about you, you know, keep grinding is what I try to tell them. You know, I know right now you're worrying about how you're gonna manage your classes and whatever work or internship you have, but trust me, it's gonna pay off, because I was in those shoes one day when I was like, how am I gonna get all this done? And then, you know, I did get it done. So I try to tell them and just communicate with them. I think communication is key. It doesn't have to be face-to-face. Like I said, it can be a text, it can be a phone call, it can be an email, something as simple as that.
Okay, being a good mentor, number one, teach people to be better than you are. Number two, share knowledge so that they don't have to go through the same struggles that you went through. Anything that can help ease a transition is always a good thing. And three, they're the future of the industry, so you're probably going to learn a few things from them as well, and it can just be a great working relationship.
I remember my mentor in the business, and I think about her every day. I haven't seen her, spoken to her, and been in contact with her for more than 25 years, but there's not a week that goes by that I don't wonder, what would Lee Armstrong do? And that's what I hope to instill in the students that I consider myself a mentor to, is that years down the road they will stop and ask, what would Kathy do?
Get the most out of your mentor that you can, because it's like anything. It's like any class, it's like any internship. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get back. And that's what I always tell all my mentees is, look, I'm here to help you, but I'm not going to do it for you. You know, if you want help, all you got to do is call me. All you got to do is say, hey, Richard, I want to meet you for lunch. Or, hey, Richard, here's some samples of my work. What do you think? And I'll critique it for you. But I'm not going to go to your dorm and knock on your door and say, hey, do you have anything I can look at? What can I help you with? You got to come to me and I will help you. So what you put in is what you're going to get out. So, you know, take advantage of having somebody that's in this business, that's been in this business for years, a professional in this business, and pick their brain and learn as much as you can from them.